It was an improbable event. A World Series of Poker in Las Vegas in 2021. Players from all over, close together in the shared experience. But it happened, and it's glorious.
Yes!
There we go.
So who's next, Chris? The sweat is on!
From thousands, we are down to mere hundreds. The lucky ones to be here, trying to get there. On day 5, there is so much at stake. When no one thought there would even be a day 1. Thousands came, precious few remain. That's the headline here on day 5 of the World Series of Poker main event. Lon McCarron, along with my broadcast partner Norman Chad. Jeff Platt will join us from the floor. 251 players remain, almost $39,000 the current payout. Big money ahead, $1 million for ninth, $8 million for first. The man on top right now is Spain's Ramon Colillas. No stranger to big money. He won an event in 2019 for $5 million.
Big deal. I won $18 last night playing penny slots.
Plenty of top pros with chips. Petrangelo and Chidwick all play at the highest stakes. Zivaleski, an online crusher turned live crusher. Kornuth has a stare that siphons chips from the best. But alas, no 2021 moneymaker boom.
Chris got everyone excited in 03, and he did it again in 2021. A people's ambassador worthy of all of our praise. He's got to stop betting on sports, though.
Just hitting the rail. 2016 main event champ Qui Win. Give him credit. He knows how to run it up.
Has Qui changed since 2016? I mean, his clothes, they're the same.
There's Stephen Chidwick, England's finest.
He doesn't say much at the table, so when I went over to chat him up and he just stared at me and said, raise, I didn't take it personally.
Our featured table, Nick Petrangelo.
I also approached Petrangelo, wanted to compliment him on his beard. He just said, all in. I didn't take it personally.
Jeff Platt caught up with Nick earlier.
Well, Nick, you play some of the highest buy-ins that poker has to offer. What is it, though, about this tournament that stands out for you?
Well, now we're playing pretty high stakes, so this is no different than any of my normal tournaments now. This might be like playing a $200,000 buy-in. But this one stands out because usually aside from the money, the field's so diverse. You know, there's a bunch of different types of players, and the stuff that I play, it's pretty much the same guys all the time. You know what to expect, and the strategy stays pretty consistent, and that's more of like a precision game, knowing the field, and there's just like usually a few amateurs in those fields, and now everyone's different, and you need to adjust pretty much every hand. So it's definitely more interesting, and a lot of different strategies come into play even over the course just from hand to hand. So
thank you for the time. Best of luck on day 5, all right?
After, yeah.
At the featured table, pocket queens and a raise from the short stack, Pierre de Alameda, but pocket aces for Bobby Feathers with a bigger stack and the reddest hoodie I've ever seen. Feathers, 43-year-old Las Vegas gambler with 3-bet chips in hand.
He's also got 2 World Series circuit rings and a skydiving hobby.
He makes it $155,000. This group has been playing together for a bit, but just now came to the featured table. Their first hand under the lights, and it looks like we're going to get fireworks.
De Almeida, 31-year-old French poker project manager.
How much is it exactly? 155.
Doesn't feel good about what he thinks he has to do.
Just an unlucky spot for him. Pocket queens, the type of hand he'd want to push with.
Yeah, he started the hand with just 18 big blinds.
All in.
And he says all in and gets a snap call from the aces. Pretty bleak for De Alameda.
First hand on TV, aces.
It's like queens and aces. Oh, sorry. Don't mean it. Oh, my God.
De Alameda, the recreational player from France, on the hook. Here's the flop. Yeah, pretty bleak there.
Yeah, maybe De Almeida should pull up his hoodie and put on a mask.
Turn card now. Feathers looking to hang on with his aces. Doing that job very well so far.
De Almeida needs a queen and a queen only, or he is wamboozled.
River card, the 5 of spades, and it's one and done at the featured table for Pierre de Almeida. But he does have his first ever main event cash. Well done.
Was quick.
Travels lightly.
One way to start on TV.
Bobby Feathers with more than $3 million now.
Oh, no, that's not quite what I said.
Almost twice the chip average. Over at the secondary table, Henry Park has amassed quite a nice stack. A reason for some of his success might surprise you.
I've improved my game quite a bit. I started staring people down. I think that improves my profitability. I feel like I get more folds and stuff like that, yeah. I think they make worse decisions.
I stared down my second wife when I proposed to her, and yeah, she made a bad decision.
Henry at the secondary feature table with some pretty strong company and pretty strong hand. His aces will take on all comers. A raise from the button. Stephen Chidwick will gladly take a flop with Queen 8 in the big blind.
Is Park gonna get a bad decision out of Chidwick with a stare down? Starers don't like being stared at.
6-5, 10. Aces still good. Nothing there for Chidwick.
Park served in the U.S. Marine Corps, expecting his first child next month.
Chidwick checks.
That's
Park
55,000.
under 1/3 pot, 55K.
Chidwick whiffed on that flop, but he's got, what, 150 big blinds right now? That's ridiculous. That's like giving Gallagher 150 watermelons. He's going to use them.
Chidwick with a World Series bracelet and $37 million in live earnings. And a lovely wife and baby. Wow, a raise to 175.
Look at what Chidwick does here. He's got squad douche, and with 6% equity, he puts the aces on the defensive with a check raise, plus the stare down.
Stephen immune from Park's stare. Park can't go anywhere here. That's a call for 120 as the pot builds. Oh, a straight draw now for Chidwick.
Yeah, and more reason for him to posture now if he wishes. And this is simply not a good board for pocket aces. Chidwick from the big blind with the range advantage here.
And now Chidwick betting 500,000.
He goes big. If you can get 82% equity to fold on the turn, then you are a really, 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 really good player.
Oh, Park quickly slides forward a stack of green for the call.
Well, I guess Chidwick is just a really, really, really good player. And he's up against one tough ex-Marine.
No, and now he's up against a set of aces.
Ouch for Chidwick. If he planned to fire again, it just wouldn't work with this river card.
Chidwick set the foundation for something big, and now Norman testing Park for all of his chips.
No quit in Chidwick. He is bet with 6% equity, 18% equity, and 0% equity. You know, maybe this might work if that last card wasn't an ace. Who knows?
The bluff from Chidwick fails. Henry Park scores a huge double up here on day 5. So Henry found himself being tested by the best at the crossroads of boom and bust. He chose wisely, and now the path ahead here on day 5 is much brighter for him. Welcome back to Las Vegas. Quite the feeling to walk into the Rio and see it buzzing again. We're all grateful for that. To an outer table, Behruz Jamshidi living the main event dream, sitting next to the chip leader, Ramon Colillas. He's got aces against the kings of Robert Brown and the ace tray suited of Clement Van Drisha, 2 shorter stacks. And yes, Virginia, sometimes aces do hold at the main event. Jamshidi making a move early here on day 5.
Oh my God, wait, that's good.
When you bust 2 for the price of 1, you laugh. And when you bust, you text. I guess if there were no poker tournaments, techs would be reduced by 8% worldwide.
Remember when you had pocket eights and you had no chips?
Jamshidi not texting. I think he's just getting photographic evidence of his conquest.
Jamshidi doesn't yet get our notable treatment, but Jonathan Dweck does, the man who once played the main event in a Superman costume, closing in on $4 million.
And how about Dragana Lim, the retired pharmacist, making some noise over $4 million?
Stephen Chidwick's bio board, presented by GPI, the Hendon Mob, tops the list of earnings by an English player, any Great Britain player, any European player. Number 7 all-time right now. Folded to Stephen on the button, ace, queen off.
He meditates nearly every morning. He probably closes his eyes and envisions winning flips.
Mid-raise to 60,000. Jack Oliver folded now. Jose Severino, an engineer from Panama with pocket deuces. He says all in for the 38-year-old. And a call from Chidwick.
Severino's 24 bigs, flipping against Chidwick.
Severino got his degree in industrial engineering. He'd love to build his stack right here against Stephen Chidwick. The flop, a queen in the window, an ace on the back porch. Tough to beat a guy from a town named Deal.
I vaguely recall Chidwick losing a flip, Lon, in 2012, but my memory is not clear.
A blank for Severino. He's got one more street to try to win this hand to double up.
Severino's got to have a deuce. I don't like his chances.
Nope. 10 of diamonds on the river. That's going to do it for Severino, his second and best main event cash. This one puts him at over $800,000 in lifetime poker earnings.
Chidwick gathers up his departed seatmate's last chips. And, you know, and actually, without a cell phone, you never know exactly what to do when you bust.
Back to the feature table. Nick Petrangelo holding steady with 2.6 million chips.
He graduated Skidmore. That's in Saratoga Springs, home of Saratoga Racetrack. What's the school's nickname? The Thoroughbreds?
Actually, it is.
Oh, huh.
If I do
Oh,
that,
well, you
I
wouldn't
can't
lie
even
to me.
play the hand.
At the same table, amateur George Holmes chipping up. You'll recall he's the one who knocked out our colleague David Tuckman on day 4. Chance Kornuth without a hoodie. He looks like a different man.
Nick Petrangelo actually has done training videos for Chance's chip leader coaching. I have not been asked.
Also here, Breno Campillo, 33-year-old Brazilian poker pro living in Las Vegas. He's found aces after Bobby Feathers opened with ace-king. 3-bet coming from middle position.
We're like 40 feet from the other tables.
Any takers? So around to Bobby Feathers now.
Feathers now on the other end of aces. How's it feel, TV rookie? Huh?
All in.
Call.
Ooh, snap call. Campillo gets what he wanted. And now looking for a clean run out to double up.
That didn't work so well. My blocker didn't work.
Oh, come on. Blockers are so 2020.
Azar contra de rei, porra. Você não enxerga, não?
With a great chance to get healthy.
Filho.
Here's the flop.
Not halfway there.
Yeah, but Feathers is blocking one of the kings he
Preta,
needs.
carta preta. Carta preta é bom.
Oh, wow.
Carta preta.
Self-blocking. Tray of
Black.
clubs.
Black card safe. Any black card, Rabbit.
Asking Rabbit, the dealer, for a safe river card. Request granted.
Vamos.
Back to work.
Bobby Feathers plucked
don't
for
know
a
me
third of his stack.
That's why you wanted me to come back, huh? You had aces, huh?
You can't see on the TV. I haven't looked yet.
I know.
I'm happy I have my alibi.
We got video proof.
The Rabbit delivered, and Breno Campillo keeps his seat in the main event.
All in.
Call. Any black card, Rabbit. Nice. Vamos.
Welcome back to the Rio All-Suite Hotel and Casino. One last hurrah at this venue before the World Series moves to the Strip for 2022. Payouts still processing as the bust-outs continue here on day 5. A look at the payouts brought to you by Cuervo. There are no strangers. Soon we will see 6-figure payouts. Like many pros, Nick Petrangelo has a love for another sport that, yes, does encourage gambling from time to time.
I've been a lifelong golfer. It was my first job. I worked at my local golf course, and then, I played there every day that I wasn't working. I played some in college. Then I quit for a while, and then, I started playing again. I started playing a lot again when I moved out here because the weather's so good and the golf is great. I do think that there are a lot of things that carry over from golf and other sports to poker. It's pretty much your job to make sure that you're prepared. There's no team or coach, or you don't have practice or whatever, so it's up to you to make sure you put the time in to prepare. The competitiveness, I think, translates quite a bit. Really caring about playing well as opposed to results, I think.
Nick was a golfer and took Latin in secondary school for 6 years. You don't see that combination too often.
He's in the cutoff with deuces. Called the opening raise of $65,000 from George Holmes. Under the gun with ace-jack. Kornuth in the small blind. 2 picture cards into the muck. Now Campillo with 10s.
Campillo plays a lot of 2-5 and 5-10 no-limit cash here in town.
Probably doesn't want to face any pressure should he raise here. His call closes the pre-flop festivities. 3 players. And Nick gets his ducks in a row, 3 of them.
Check. Any green check?
From Campillo.
Gotta have all the bettable units.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, George Holmes misses, but he's going to swing.
Bluffing again.
Yep. Looks like a continuation flail.
110,000.
Might work if he were playing solitaire hold'em here.
Solitaire hold'em, that's my game.
Petrangelo now with his monster.
Yeah, bottom set with a dry board. It's a dream flop for Nick.
Just a call. Campillo fresh off the double up. Chips to burn.
He played a lot of online in Brazil, transitioned to live poker when he moved to Las Vegas.
Yeah, he'll see one more.
Call.
Well, somebody's wrong here.
3 to the turn. And oh, wow, there's a new monster in town as Breno scores his set.
What a nightmare turn for bottom set. Petrangelo now 2%, but he's got to believe he's got the best of it. Is there a Latin term for this line?
There actually is. Victus.
Victus?
Yeah, it means loser.
Well, Lon, it's amazing how much you know graduating from a Victus school like UCSB.
285,000 is the bet.
Good for you. 285 from Petrangelo, a strong hand that is just not the strongest anymore.
Campillo watched some Solve for Why videos, and he liked them, but he says, I solve for myself.
Got to be your own man. There's a call. And Holmes releases his cards finally. Heads up to the river. Set over set. Set under set.
If you got a set in this hand, you've got to believe you're a winner. But one of these sets, according to Lon, is a Victus.
It is indeed.
Check.
Campillo, slyly checks again. Petrangelo with only a set of deuces.
800,000 is the
You
bet.
heard the man. 800,000.
So how much does Campillo want to check raise here? If he knew Petrangelo were this strong, he might play for all of his stack.
Coming off one double up. Can he do it again?
All in.
Whoa.
Players all in.
Gonna try.
How much?
Yeah, Campillo is going to risk it all. Petrangelo getting 4.5 to 1 here. I think I would have called already. Petrangelo began this hand with nearly 90 bigs. If he calls here, he'll be cut down to 15.
Wow. Deep, nervous breaths from the seasoned pro, Nick Petrangelo.
And didn't hear a peep out of Campillo until this shove. Hard to put it together. No flush out there, no straight. Only a bigger set beats him.
And a fold from Petrangelo. What a wizard.
I don't bluff.
How did he do that?
Sevens?
You'll see in 1 hour.
What a turn card for Campillo.
Nice fold, nice fold.
Nice fold?
Nice fold.
An absolutely world-class fold from Petrangelo, denying Campillo another double up.
All in. Players all in.
Keeping the college golfer above 1 million chips.
Nice fold, nice fold.
Nice fold?
Nice fold.
Welcome back out in the field. Dragana Lim making her presence felt, building a big stack. Yuri Zivaleski on the left, always a contender. Now we get a look at the stacks brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook. Lim up near 3 million. Yuri a little below average. The new chip leader, Norbert Coe, north of 6 million here on day 5.
Never heard of him. Next. I said next. He's not winning this thing. Next.
One player we thought might go deep is now out. Jason Kuhn, newly minted bracelet winner, father, and newly eliminated.
He's yesterday's news. He's not winning either. Next. I said next.
Once upon a time, Superman Jonathan Dweck with a super stack sitting on 5.6 million.
Yeah, well, he'll eventually be sitting on 0.0 million. He's not winning. Next.
Thank you for your direction, Norman. To the secondary feature table, Russian pro, now living in Las Vegas, Ark Onakul. Yeah, he's ahead with his queens, trying to double up through the tens of Keith Lehr here. And all diamonds. Lehr has the only diamond.
Why the long face?
His double up hopes take a little dip. Ace of clubs, 10 outs now for Lehr.
Why the long face?
River card. Deuce of spades. Onakul fades all danger.
Where's the long face now?
My boy there. He brought me a Kornuth burrito. Dude, the Kornuth burrito changed my whole day. Then you threw in the horchata, so now I'm just chilling. The burrito works. Anybody watching at home, burrito works.
The horchata doesn't hurt.
No, Ark got it all in with a cold 3-bet shove. Lehr made the call with the 10s and a clean double up for Ark Onakul. Over 1.6 million right now. Jeff Platt is on the scene.
All right, hanging out at our secondary feature table. Let's go chat with Ark. I like this man's style. All right, over here. Here we come. Ark, I'll make sure you don't miss a hand. Stand up for me, please. Thank you, my friend. So what's this like? We'll scoot this chair over. The lights, the camera, the secondary feature. What's it like for you?
It's amazing. I didn't even think the World Series would happen. Then I didn't think I would make it. But it's an unbelievable experience. Just so grateful to the Rio, all the dealers, and PokerGo, everybody that makes this happen, you know.
I've talked to you over this last week a little bit. This is the softest I've ever heard you speak.
Oh, I'm supposed to speak up. Oh, I forgot. Sorry. I'm a little nervous because these guys are really good at poker.
Yeah.
But so that's why I'm all like soft-spoken.
Gotcha. Let me send you back to the action. Nice hoodie, all right?
Thank you, Jeff.
Might
I like
be
the
from a
suit
certain
today.
show. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, nearby, Dylan Ott all in with King-9 off suit. Julian Ferral looking to score the knockout. He had pocket 8s and then flopped an 8, and then another 8 on the turn. Then the quad alert sirens will send Dylan Ott to the exit door.
Dylan's brother Dan, main event runner-up to Scott Blumstein in 2017. Dylan with a nice run here in 2021.
Dylan Ott out in 182nd. Pick up a nice little chunk of cash, over 44 grand. Quads are a good thing. Julian finding this late season World Series of Poker thing to his liking. Payout, feature table.
It really is a show within a show. this is a cash game, these people are going at it for real money, but then this sub-layer of, and we get to know why.
Main event field over 6,600, bigger than many expected. Now dipping below 200 players here on day 5. Back to the feature table. Nick Petrangelo open raised. Breno Campillo flatted. Action on Kyle Aurora in the big blind, and he calls. Petrangelo's ace-5, Campillo's ace-queen against the king-7. Here's the flop. Well, something for all. Campillo way ahead with his aces and the queen kicker.
Aurora's got an MBA from Rice. Petrangelo's got an economics degree from Skidmore. Campillo's got a no-limit degree from Bellagio.
Check 2, Campillo here with the bigger ace. Starting the hand now with almost $3.5 million. He bets 105,000. Aurora now with middle pair.
Aurora final tabled World Series PLO event this year.
Looks down at just 2 cards, and he does make the call. Now Petrangelo, top pair, bad kicker.
Yeah, I don't think Nick can feel great about his ace. He might be ahead, he might be behind, he might be ahead and behind. Poker's a tricky game, Lon.
Good analysis. He could be behind or ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
He makes the call for 105,000.
You concentrate on the board, I'll concentrate on the strategy.
Campillo is still ahead, but the board gets a little dicier. And indeed, Petrangelo with the straight draw.
Check. Check.
Check plus check equals a bet from Campillo coming.
You're playing like 1.3, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Bet 325.
Aurora now just second pair. Facing the bet of 325. He gets out of the way. Petrangelo now.
Nick still stinging from that big chunk Breno took from him when the Brazilian turned a set. 325 here, a quarter of Petrangelo's remaining stack.
Nick got into poker after getting hurt playing hockey.
I got into hockey after getting hurt playing poker.
Oh, wow. It's a zero-sum couple of games, I guess. He really embraces the travel, loves the camaraderie while traveling for poker.
Call.
And he does make the call. Almost 1.3 million chips in the middle. River card, 4 of clubs. Nick scores the straight on the river, but the clubs may be troublesome.
So nothing like runner for a straight for Petrangelo.
Check.
Petrangelo checks again.
Like 1 million, right? It's around 1 million.
I don't think Campillo can bet here. He can lose to a flush. He could lose to a straight. He could lose to 2 pair. He could lose the hand if there's election fraud.
Campillo figuring, yeah, I might have him here. And now reaching just 2 lavenders, tiny bet, 225 and a quick call.
Aces, queen kicker, straight.
Straight. Nice hand.
A key river card to say the least for Nick Petrangelo's main event hopes.
Yeah, back on the up elevator.
You're right.
Above the average stack now.
Well, you also don't want to look weak on TV in front of everybody, you know. With deuce high, they're going to be like, how did you just fold the river? What's wrong with you?
What, Ark just stepping in for a little commentary and then walks away, I guess, at our secondary featured table. Dan Dyke there, 41-year-old stay-at-home dad from Winter Park, Florida, King 10 of hearts.
Dyke, walk-on punter at Georgia Tech in 1999, ended up being a 4-year starter and was inducted into the school's Sports Hall of Fame.
As a punter?
Punters can punt, and then punters can get into Hall of Fames.
Maximilian Wieser, 31-year-old Austrian ace-jack of diamonds, comes along.
Wieser likely has never punted in his life.
And in the small blind with queens is Keith Lehr.
Another non-punter, but he played golf at Centenary College.
There is the 3-bet. Tristan Wade folds his big. So back to Dyke, the original raiser now. King 10 suited looked good at the time.
Yeah, Dyke with a pretty hand, but staring at this 3-bet.
And he does give it up. Now Weiser, the suited ace-jack.
Wish you never brought up that queen 4.
Maximilian starting the hand at 32 big blinds.
Do you have 100K chips back there?
No.
What do you, I saw you grab something.
195,000 more.
How deep are you?
How deep are you? After you've already 3-bet? Did you jump into a pool and then ask the lifeguard how deep it is?
Weiser catches his ace to outdo the queens of Lehr.
Lehr won a bracelet in 03 in pot limit Hold'em and a bracelet in 2015 in the 10K heads-up championship.
They both check that flop.
Checks.
4 parts. Lehr not convinced his queens are best.
Checks.
Well, aces got to feel good here. Lehr now has checked 2 straight streets.
And the Austrian, wearing Austrian colors, bets 225.
225,000.
Lehr's got to worry that the flush might have gotten there.
Kind of a crying call there. Building a pot of almost 1.2 million.
I guess he doesn't think the flush got there.
Made of diamonds on the river now. Weiser with the best hand. Ace is up.
Lehr hoping to get the showdown without putting another chip in.
Weiser has other ideas.
All in.
All in.
Big ideas.
Yeah, Lehr can't like that. It's for almost half his stack.
Uh-oh. Chips in hand and thinking.
That will be a lethal combination for him, perhaps.
Weiser with the best of it, trying to get more of it.
Whatever. 790.
Yes, sir.
Whatever? It's a main event.
Made worse calls.
Well, so have I, but I stink. Keith, would this guy really be bluff shoving? You can't beat anything.
Wow.
Golf.
But he pays off Weiser, who gets the double up against the queens.
I think Weiser earned that call with his check behind on the flop. Lehr obviously didn't put him on an ace.
Nice pot for the Austrian, up to over 2.7 million.
Had a hard time believing you.
I was hoping that, yeah.
Queens outflopped, then outmaneuvered.
The best poker content on the internet.
Your super high roller bowl 7 champion.
Oh yeah!
Wheels are coming off.
That's the craziest hand I've ever seen. What was that fight?
Go to get.pokergo.com/YT24 for $20 off a new annual subscription.
Welcome back to the 2021 main event. Lon McCarron along with Norman Chad bringing you all the action from this point through the last hand. How hard is it to make the next day at the main event? Well, no surprise, it does get harder the further you get. But at the end of day 5, most survivors feel they have a real shot at the final table. At the featured table, Kyle Aurora all in with 9s against the amateur George Holmes. Called him down with ace-king. Here's the flop. Almost even equities still as Holmes picks up a Broadway draw to go with his 2 overs.
Holmes has played in 2 main events, cashed in both of them.
Give him the 4 spades.
Aurora trying to hang on here.
Queen of diamonds now on the turn.
Jack is gone now. Oh, but he gets the queen.
Oh, the queen?
He gets the queen.
I think it's a good queen for a win.
That's a really good turn.
One card to come.
Ooh, we survived.
How much?
Got him.
so excited. 400.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It's the main event. We want to be excited.
Holmes doesn't seem
Oh, that
that
was
excited.
exciting.
He doesn't seem excitable.
32-year-old pro Kyle Aurora stays alive. Holmes missed on a bevy of outs.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's only a little bit. Don't worry. You have boiler in your chip.
One of the things
you did say that. You did say that.
The emotions you see when people.
Oh, you wouldn't.
Like that was a mild one.
Hey, Rail. I doubled up. Thumbs up. Indeed. Nice going, Kyle Aurora.
I'm not on the truck, but I just don't think that was a 2 replay double up.
All right, we'll keep it here. Folded to Jung Woo, poker pro from Irvine, California, enjoying his first main event cash. Amount TBA, but enjoying the aces at the moment. And now here's Kyle, fresh off his double up with king, queen off.
Dude, you just got those chips. Let them relax and enjoy the view for a while.
He's going to call. Petrangelo.
90.
He's rebounded up to 80 big blinds,
About 1.
fooling around chips.
Yeah.
Folded a set earlier, and now over 3 million chips. Getting the big blind discount. Going to play 9-8. Woo, getting action with the aces.
3 players.
There's the flop. 4, queen, 8. Both of Woo's playmates get a piece. His aces standing tall, though.
This is Woo's 3rd cash of this World Series.
Petrangelo with middle pair. Checked it to Woo. He's going to continue with those aces.
That's 250.
I politely asked Aurora to protect the chips he had just obtained. But no, he wants more. One is enough in America. And now Aurora is in trouble flopping top pair against aces.
And he's going to call the 250.
Ah.
Petrangelo checks out. Heads up now to the turn. Another 4. Jung-woo wants all of Aurora's chips in the middle.
Okay, maybe they'll pay. Maybe they'll get
Oh, what's my man doing? Woo has put you all in.
He's got queens up on the queen high board.
Man, I just got these chips.
Duh. Nobody listens to a word I say.
I'm sorry, what?
Good for you.
What do you think it is?
We busted 2 guys when it was 180.
Don't do it, son. Live for another day. For at least for another minute.
Still says 180 players left.
Oh, he put the chips in. Aurora in deep trouble with only 1 card to come.
He's dead to 2 outs. Why so serious? It's only chips? But no chips, no fun.
Woo in great shape.
You voted king, queen? Very unfortunate. Oh, close.
Jack
Good
of
game,
spades
everybody.
on the river. Woo and his wonderful aces score the knockout of Kyle Aurora.
I was trying to help him.
Yeah, over 44 grand. Nice run for Kyle there. Nice pickup for Woo.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It's the main event.
It's the
We
main
won.
event. 1 minute. You're doubling up.
Oh, you win the hand. Oh, close. Good game, everybody.
The next, you're walking out the door.
Take care. Take care.
Let's take a look at the Solve for Why tournament summary. 3 days of play left before we get down to our final 9 and the final table. At the featured table, Bobby Feathers and Breno Campillo to the flop. And wow, set of 5s for Campillo, top pair and a flush draw for Feathers. Check to Campillo.
80.
Bottom set against top pair with the flush draw. Big boy poker. It could be big girl poker, but I don't see any girls at this table.
80,000 into 220K. Campillo was the pre-flop raiser. And Feathers putting together a raise to 240.
The check raise on the flop. That is now banned in more than 35 nations, plus Bangor, Maine.
Bangor, Maine?
Oh, sure. That's just not a check raise in town.
Oh, note to self. Campillo makes the call, 700,000 in the middle. King of Diamonds on the turn. How many times can you say King of Diamonds is a brick?
No, well, a diamond has never, ever helped a club flush draw. You could look it up.
Feathers checks again.
Nah, he wouldn't check raise you twice, Breno. He's got gray hair.
But Bobby Feathers can do anything.
Got 625.
Well, 625 into 700,000.
I like the sizing. Pretty much not giving Bobby Feathers the right price to continue. Yeah, I like saying Bobby Feathers too. Feathers says he strives to be the most well-rounded gambler in the world. I don't know if that includes having some gamble in him right here.
I'm all in.
Call. Wow, we're
good.
not in Bangor anymore, and it's going to cost Bobby Feathers.
Good luck, sir. Oh, vem torcer.
Feathers steps in it, and he's about to step out of the main event.
É, eu sou o 5-5, tem que segurar, ó. Torce pra segurar, velho.
He's got some outs.
Três.
We've all got outs. Then we're dead.
Três.
Campillo doubled through Feathers. Feathers trying to return the favor here and stay alive.
Good luck, sir. Três.
River card. Oh, and a quad alert to end the main event for Feathers in 164th place.
Feathers from penthouse to outhouse in the blink of an eye.
No matter your hometown, no matter your experience, no matter your style, if you've made day 5 of the World Series of Poker main event,
Nice fold.
Nice fold.
you have a chance.
I know it's not a common shove, but I do weird stuff like that.
And that is what matters tonight. Welcome to a rare World Series where it's cool outside and hot inside. Hi, everybody. Lon McCarron on hand with my broadcast partner, Norman Chad. Chance Kornuth has been moved off the feature table, but he's not forgotten.
He's still got the graying beard. He's still got the hoodie. He's still got 3 bracelets, and he's still got chips. He doesn't need our help.
Nick Petrangelo also off the feature table, but we're going to keep our eyes on him.
Yeah, he still got the graying beard, and he's still got the t-shirt. He's still got 2 bracelets, and he's still got chips. He also doesn't need our help.
Lots of poker talent remaining in what is now a field of 160 players. Many we've never seen before, others who have made themselves known in a very big way, including Britain's own 32-year-old Stephen Chidwick.
He bluffed off half his stack to Henry Park, but hey, Galileo made mistakes once in a while. Rembrandt occasionally had a bad day. He's still Stephen Chidwick.
At our feature table, some new faces as we rotate the players in and out. A big welcome to Ben Armstrong. If you're a YouTube consumer and you like crypto, this might be your guy. Norman, what do you say?
This might not come as a surprise, but I am neither a YouTube guy nor a crypto guy, but I do like that jacket. You think that might be a 42 regular?
Ooh, maybe so. Now, here's someone you might like. Nicholas Rigby, cash game legend from Pittsburgh.
Now, this is a poker player, backwards hat, finely trimmed beard, from South Park, PA. I like the cut of his jib, Nicholas Rigby. He just sounds like a main event champ, and he's got 5.5 million chips.
Well, let's learn more about Norman's main event champ.
It's been a great experience so far. I've been having fun, play a little bit loose at times and talk to the rest of the table. Can't sit there quiet. I mean, it's supposed to be fun, so that's what I'm trying to do. It's my first main event. I had a trip planned to come out here for 2 weeks and play a few smaller events. It's kind of running bad. I wasn't planning on still coming out. A friend of me reached out to go to the World Series Game 6 about 5 hours before the flight left and said, hey, you want to go to the World Series Game 6? I said, sure. Next thing you know, we were drinking at the game. We decided, hey, the rooms are booked, let's go to Vegas. So came out here, a little bit of luck. A few days is now turned into 2 weeks. Had a friend of mine said, hey, let's get a team together, invest a little bit, and let's get you on board. I said, sure, why not? Next thing you know, I was registered for the main. Next thing you know, I think I turned $50 into 30,000 playing blackjack out here. I mean, it's just been a roller coaster. I got a great rail out there right now. It just escalated my level of fun out here in Vegas. Wait till the rest of the crowd gets here. They're going to be drinking, they're going to be rowdy, and it's going to be a fun rail for sure.
Excuse me, but did he say he turned $50 into $30,000 playing blackjack? I once turned $30K into $50.
Rigby raised with deuces. Ben Armstrong with 9-7 of clubs called on the button. Brian Pimlott with one of the prettiest pair of hole cards since the French developed the 4 suits we use today back in the 15th century. King, queen of diamonds.
Indeed.
3 players.
All right, 3 to the flop. Trey 7. Rigby behind now.
Raise,
225 from Rigby. Armstrong has the best hand now.
Georgia YouTuber out flopping the Pennsylvania single and ready to mingle party animal.
He just calls. Pimlott. They were pretty cards pre-flop. Cocktail napkins now. 2 very even and big stacks carry on. And there is a deuce on the turn. Rigby running good. Deuce is full.
500,000.
Bet 5.
So how do you have 100 bigs on day 5 of the main event? Here's how. Hit some cards.
Bet when he was behind, betting now when he's ahead. The man with the biggest crypto YouTube channel in the world makes the call. 6 on the river completes the low ball board. Armstrong's top pair in trouble.
It's a good board for pocket deuces in your first main event.
2 million.
Bet 2
Keep
million.
firing. 2 million now. Ooh.
Holy
Diaper time.
Holy
Let's go.
smokes! Wow.
Big pot for Rigby.
Wow.
Boy, Armstrong got caught with top
What
pair.
a freaking turn card. Wow.
Rigby crushed him.
Hi, Sam.
Thank you.
Rigby's GPI and the Hindenmob Bio board. 34-year-old has some successful sports teams to root for. Norman?
Well, I'm also a fan of the Steelers. As for the Penguins, I've been hockey-free since 1993.
See the payouts. Brought to you by Cuervo. There are no strangers to the secondary featured table. Henry Park here, once and always a U.S. Marine.
He looks a lot different with the hat and mask.
Keith Lehr, unpredictable as they come.
Anyone who puts their glass eye in the middle of a pot when all in is okay by me. You know, as a general rule.
And perhaps the most feared player in the tournament. British pro Stephen Chidwick, his first recorded live cash was over 13 years ago, and in that time, wow, he's amassed 23 titles and 7 seven-figure scores.
Big deal. Hey, when all's said and done, Lon, he's got 1 more World Series bracelet than you do, 1 more bracelet than I do.
Top 10 on the all-time money list, though. 37 million more than we have. There's Stephen. Bracelet winner, under the gun, pocket sevens. He raised to 110,000. The blinds at 25 and 50K. And all in is Dan Dyke, ace 10 of spades.
Georgia Tech's finest, shoving for his last 11 big blinds.
And he's going to run into Stephen Chidwick and his pocket pair. And Stephen knows he's probably ahead, and he is.
Chidwick seeking to win a flip for a European record 73rd consecutive time.
Dyke, the stay-at-home father from Winter Park, Florida. About the best he could ask for with the 2 overs against the sevens here. Former Georgia Tech punter, hoping he's not a rambling wreck after the flop. Nothing there for Dyke to get excited about.
No surprise. He's flipping against Chidwick.
Yeah, it's true. 5 of hearts on the turn, and Dyke's outs to survive, the same as when he moved all in.
You see those 6 cards at the top of the screen? None of them will come out on the river.
You are correct, sir.
Good luck, everyone.
So a nice result, 153rd place. His first main event cash. Dan Dyke out of the main event on day 5.
Good job, but Georgia Tech just not a poker school. Now Maryland, that's a different story.
Dyke will head to the payout cage. Chidwick continues to win races. Let's go out into the field for a hand that took place moments ago.
One big, one in.
And you'll see in the blue hoodie, Ayal Eshkar called all in with pocket kings. But on the left, Vasu Amarapu flopped a crushing set of fives with a slightly larger stack. One card to come. The fives hold and Eshkar is out.
All right. Got it.
Well, where's he going? Did he win or did he lose? Well, hold on. Let me text him. Ah, see, he got it. Here he comes.
You have his number?
I've got all 6,600 plus main event entrants this year in my Rolodex.
All right, so Eshkar out. Amarapu will sit down, we hope, to 5 million chips. Have fun, sir. Eshkar will take home almost 51,000. Eshkar will follow Dan Dyke to the payout cage, both falling just short of the ultimate goal. This year, day one wasn't just about picking up chips and advancing. It was about how Phil Hellmuth walked into the Rio dressed as Gandalf the White from the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Gandalf famously said, "A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to." That is so Phil.
I missed the part in Lord of the Rings where Gandalf had a dozen scantily clad women cheering him on.
At our main feature table, 3 players see the flop. Kevin Song raised and picked up 2 callers, and Brian Pimlott and Nick Rigby.
3 players.
Motley Card's going to see the flop. Deuce 10-4. Pimlott flopped open-ended from the big blind. Song has a wheel draw.
What is Pimlott doing in this pot short stacked with 5 tray?
Check.
Orthopedic surgeon, originally from Canada. King of diamonds. Ace high still best for Stephen Song. Flush draw now.
Well, everyone's got a draw. This is starting to feel like Succession.
Pimlott checked. Song with his wheel and flush draws. $150,000. Rigby with his open ender.
And like Succession, it just feels like everyone is trying to screw everyone else.
Not caught up yet, no spoilers.
Song with the best hand and the best draw, but Rigby, he likes to gamble.
Oh, really?
He's the chip leader. He could be the new age Chris Moneymaker for all we know.
We need one. Moneymaker's gone from this event.
Call.
Just a call. Pimlott still looking for magic with a short stack.
Yeah, he's running out of cards. He's running out of chips. He can still make a straight. He's got 7% next to his name. He's coming.
And the orthopedic surgeon sees a lot of chips out there. Yes or no? Yes, it is. So whose river card will this be? Bingo for Pimlott with the lowly 5 tray.
Somehow Roman comes out on top.
Check.
Checks his 6 high straight. Song now with the busted flush draw.
Pimlott checking the nuts, trying to induce something behind him.
Check.
Not from Song. Now Rigby.
All in.
Oh, wow. What?
Oh, Rigby deciding to try to steal the pot with his big stack, but he has run into the nuts.
And Pimlott knows he's got the nuts. He's going to double through Rigby. Does he want Song's chips here too?
Yeah, well, what are the chances that Song's going to commit all his chips with an overcall once there's been an all-in and a call? What is this drama? Somebody please get a court order to force Pimlott to call before dawn breaks. And just take me out of my misery. Come on, sir.
All right, here they come.
Call.
I think I was going to call, actually. But
Song folds.
I was wondering if you were going to call. King's good.
All right, let's table him.
Straight.
Huh? Straight's good too, huh?
You had the straight. I thought that's what he had.
That's what I was rapping.
Wow.
Yeah, I was going to call. Push this forward. What do you got?
It's I've already erased that hand from my memory.
Pimlott, once an American Ninja Warrior TV show contestant, has a stack of over 2 million now.
Ace 3 suited.
I thought there was a chance that you might also call, but
I should have shut.
This year, perhaps more than ever, important to recognize that the World Series is more than just the main event. Players came back in droves for 88 live events. Phil Hellmuth won bracelet number 16, and your boy Josh Aurier picked up 2 bracelets.
A great series for Mr. Atlanta, Josh Aurier. And how about Jungleman Cates coming back from crumbs to win the prestigious Poker Players Championship?
Average stack right now almost 2.8 million to the secondary feature table where Stephen Chidwick is seated with aces. How unfair does life get, huh?
Shouldn't that be against the Geneva Conventions for Chidwick to be given pocket aces?
Yeah, exactly. Stephen with 82 big blinds. Under the gun with aces, a raise to 125. Fold it around to Keith Lehr. Down to 20 big blinds, 10-9 of diamonds.
Popped into a
10-9 of diamonds.
all in.
Wow, well, 10-9 suited, playable against many hands.
Keith Lehr hasn't seen any sunshine for quite some time. A big cloud has hovered over him all day.
Cool. Yep, and a bigger cloud here. Nice. Chidwick being Chidwick, ready to knock off another player.
Pretty good one to have against aces.
Yeah, I know.
Indeed, you'd rather have 10-9 suited than any pocket pair against aces.
Unless it's the other pocket aces. All right, here we go. Keith Lehr in danger of being knocked off by Mr. Chidwick. Here is the flop. Ugh.
It's definitely not the flop I wanted. Put the jack of diamonds out there for him.
The two-time bracelet winner knows it's all but over.
Turn card. Well,
now the jack of diamonds.
River card. He's done.
Good game, Keith.
Good run, Keith Lehr, for a late decision to join the main event.
Good game, guys.
And our audio team appreciates Keith Lehr's treatment of his mic pack.
His fourth and best main event cash, Keith Lehr.
Stephen Chidwick gathers up another fallen victim's chips.
Chidwick with 5.3 million, and every one of them is dangerous in the hands of Stephen Chidwick, rising up the ranks here at the 2021 main event. Players on the move as tables break. Nick Petrangelo finding a new home. Chance Kornuth as well. Now, table draws are random. We pick the most interesting groups, put them on feature tables, and when the tables break in their natural order as determined by the World Series staff, players are moved, regardless if they're on camera or not. Back to the main feature table now.
And at this featured table, Nick Rigby's got a big stack, and he's going to be active.
Under the gun, very entertaining.
Raised to 125,000.
7-6 of hearts. And 34-year-old is going to raise it to 125. For a recreational player making his first main event cash, he is quite comfortable. Ben Armstrong, crypto YouTube guy with pocket sixes, made the call. Pimlot, over 2.3 million now.
This Pimlot is the first orthopedic surgeon ever that I just cannot get a beat on. He frustrates me.
You don't want your surgeons working too quickly, Norman, especially if they're working on you.
Good for you.
In the big blind, David Flood, 30-year-old from St. Catharines, Ontario. A beauty of a spot near Niagara Falls. He's going to come along. Aspiring poker player is what he says.
Aren't we all?
5, Jack, 9. Hello, big blind special. Top 2 for Flood. He checks. Rigby checks as well.
Check.
He has a gut shot. And now Armstrong.
Check.
Pocket sixes sink like Bitcoin did in late January and late February and late May and July. It's up for the year, though. What a ride.
Okay, I do not understand what we're seeing so far today at this feature table. I believe they're playing No Limit Hold'em, but I do not recognize any of the players or how they're playing, and we just got 140 players more to get to a world champion.
Flood check to Rigby, who has straight and flush draws, who bet 305, and now Armstrong coming along.
How's he calling here? What are the chances he's ahead now? What are the chances he's going to be ahead on the river?
Call.
Now back to Flood. Big blind special.
All in.
Players all
Now
in.
getting down to business.
All in.
Rigby all in to
Players all
isolate,
in.
and Armstrong gets out of the way.
I know it was spontaneous, but Armstrong should
Good luck.
not be gesturing in exasperation when there's still action in front of him. It lets Rigby know he wants to fold.
Good turn for you.
It wasn't bad.
Flood a favorite to
It's not
double.
bad, but it's not home yet.
I'm just glad it's not deuces. Torture.
Yeah, make you sweat.
I'm literally sweating.
Got it all in the call.
You see Rigby's outs. And that
game.
was one of them.
Good game, bro. Good game, man.
Flood
Good luck.
undone by the river. Sorry, David. I know you've heard that before.
And David Flood takes it with grace.
His first main event cash worth nearly 51 grand US for the Canadian. And how about Nick Rigby getting lucky in the right spots, building a stack just shy of 9 million on day 5. He's got chips and a rail. Life is good.
What?
I need to find a rail. Where do you find these guys? Pittsburgh, obviously.
Pittsburgh. Where did I find you guys?
50-50.
The rail remains a very unusual, almost inexplicable component to anyone in the outside world. It's uniquely poker.
Poker is primarily a game of skill. Of course, the luck factor comes into play. And for Nick Rigby, everything falling into place. I will keep it here at the main feature table because honestly, Nick Rigby is the man of day 5 here at the main event.
He could become the first to cross 10 million.
The good doctor looking down at pocket fours.
He was 475th in the 09 main event, then 476th in 2012. That's got to be sort of painful.
What's
He
the bet?
raises 2.5 times the big blind.
Total.
Rigby came to play in the big blind. He's going to play.
King 8 off.
Call.
75K more. He calls heads up.
Two players.
It is Rigby hour. Bottom pair is
Check.
good. Checked to Pimlock. He wants to continue.
200,000 to
$200K.
bet.
And Rigby hasn't folded to a continuation bet in 9 years. I asked his rail,
Call.
and that was an accident.
He does make the call. Another 10, another club.
Check.
There's something about this Pimlot that strikes me in an odd way I have never felt before, yet I cannot identify the nature of this sensation. It just bothers me.
Check.
Rigby with the flush draw again and back-to-back hands on the turn, and he gets the river flush again, but this time it's no good as Pimlot with a full house, a dirty river card.
Rigby double checks for that club.
Confidently reaching for
420,000
420,000 chips.
Pimlot pretty comfortable here. He's got the best of it.
Pretty comfortable. You can raise with it maybe, reaching for those 100K lavender chips. Ooh. And a little icing on top. That is $1,420,000.
Raise.
Really? Rigby's thinking, really? I mean, Rigby's got the nut flush. So he knows that
1,000,000.
this is either going to be a full house for Pimlot or just pure air.
You really have aces full.
Sniffing it out.
So I'm going to see in a couple hours.
The players like Rigby
Regardless.
look wild all the time, but if he can end up finding a fold here in a spot like this, then you know someone like him is tougher than they appear.
Non-pros playing out their poker dreams. The most prestigious event in the world. How do you get away from this? not giving away his chips willy-nilly, but he does make the fold.
Very, very nice, Nick Rigby.
Sit fold.
Should have bluffed. Should have bluffed.
See in 49 minutes.
So Nicholas Rigby's stack takes a bit of a hit, but it sure could have been a lot worse. Pittsburgh's finest, proving his mettle here at the main event as day 5 rolls on.
The best poker content on the internet.
Your super high rollerball 7 champion.
Oh yeah!
Wheels are coming off.
That's the craziest hand I've ever seen. What was that bite?
Go to get.pokergo.com/YT24 for $20 off a new annual subscription.
Players' rail can be such an important part of a support group at times like these. One player used to being the support is Salko Amshurovich, father of poker phenom Ali. And there is Dragana Lim. She's had an above-average stack the last couple of days as she navigates this main event field. Jeff Platt is with Conrad Simpson, a member of the recently departed.
Well, Conrad, I know the dream has died, but how would you sum up this entire main event experience?
I mean, it was absolutely great. It's my first main, so it was a great experience. It was a lot of fun. Table was just a blast, you know. I can't even say, I don't even know what to say about it. It was just so good.
Throughout 5 days of play at the main, what will you remember the most?
That I need to go train for these long days, for in 6 months I can come back and not do something stupid at the end of the day.
Okay, that's fair. And finally, Conrad, everybody I ran into in these hallways or ran into them virtually on Twitter rooting for you. What was it like for you to have that kind of a support system?
The love is crazy. My mentions are absolutely absurd right now, and I mean, I don't know. It was really cool.
We loved having you here. Can't wait to watch you next year. Thanks for the time.
I'll be back.
Back at the main feature table where Conrad had so much fun on day 4 in front of our cameras. There is a look at Stephen Song under the gun. Makes it 100,000.
That's a min raise. Do you know what a min raise is, Lon?
Yeah, it's a minimum raise.
Well, okay, good. Carry on.
Robert Cowan, a British pro, looks down at 2 Union Jacks.
This is his 3rd main event cash since 2016.
And with the Jacks, a 3-bet to 325 from his 27 big blind stack.
Yeah, he could have shoved there.
Nick Rigby now. Trade deuce of clubs. Huh?
I'm all in. Players all in.
And now Armstrong all in with aces, a cold 4-bet.
Yeah, that raise should clear out the shoe clerks and crumb bums. And yeah, I'm talking about trade deuce and king 7.
Around 2, the big blind, Brian Pimblott with pocket 8s.
He's thinking about it for 1/3 of his stack. Pocket 8's not nearly strong enough, though.
Thinking isolation, thinking opportunity, thinking knockout. Thinking I'll get out of the way.
Yes, indeed.
So around to Cowan as Song folded.
Tough spot for Cowan. This would be for 80% of his remaining stack.
Only Rigby left behind him with the trade deuce. Armstrong committing all his stack, 23 big blinds into the middle. Cowan has about 200,000 more than Armstrong, and he's all in.
All in. Gotta count on that, please.
Really? Double check your cards, son.
Armstrong shoved, Cowan shoved. Now Rigby's thinking.
For real?
1.385. Well, the price is right for this hand, and
for this hand,
who would I be to fold it? I guess.
He called.
I need all.
I guess one of these shoe clerks is barefoot. Nicholas Rigby.
Oh my gosh! No way.
With trade deuce, Rigby getting 3-1 to knock 2 players out.
Can I get your cards for me?
Armstrong, you saw the eye roll. He's got the aces.
I did. Who am I to fold the diaper?
The diaper. That's how trade deuce is known in Pittsburgh, apparently.
I think so.
And if it's all suit, they call it the dirty diaper.
Well, this would be a dirty beat of aces with the trade deuce. jacks for Cowan.
Got aces, he called with 2-3.
On the logo.
The diaper, where else am I going?
Not a happy camper with aces, but the aces hold up.
Yeah, Armstrong now in great shape for the triple up.
Jack of hearts on the turn. Cowan now awaits a massive pot.
What a brutal way to go. Brutal.
Armstrong was worried about the trade deuce, but it's a jack that got him.
The river card, the 7 of spades, and that will do it. Ben Armstrong feels the ultimate sting of a main event experience.
1385.
1385, right?
Yeah.
So it was 1.
God, bust with pocket
But I don't think I've ever seen a trade deuce call like that before. Nick Rigby.
Aces cracked. Pain. It's an age-old story here at the main event.
What's that? Yeah, I just busted. No way. What a brutal way to go. Brutal.
Have you ever wondered what professional poker players are really thinking?
Interesting spot here.
Good game, guys. Good game.
Good game, sir.
Good luck, everyone.
A good game, guys. Good luck. Y'all have fun.
What a brutal way to go. Brutal.
Some of the players we've lost along the way. Down to 134 now. Next payout change when we hit 99 remaining. Just 2% of the starting field remains. 1 milli for making the final table. Jason Kuhn, he ran deep, but out. Classy as always, though. And one of his high roller counterparts is German Karai Aldemir, building a big stack up to $8.5 million on day 5. Aldemir, a very tough player. Always keep an eye on those German pros. Several powerful pros left in the field like Karai, but many recreational once-a-week get-together types as well, such as George Holmes of Atlanta. As you see on his GPI, the Hindemob bio board, he loves this tournament. His only recorded tournament cash is at the 2019 main event. Holmes raised under the gun with pocket tens. Henry Park called also with pocket tens. Now Stephen Chidwick with ace-king suited.
Did you realize, Lon, that neither Park or Holmes can flop a set? These are legit blockers. Each is blocking the other from flopping a set of tens. Can't happen. Real blockers.
I knew you would come around to blockers sooner or later.
No, but these are real blockers.
Chidwick 3-bet to 430 with the ace-king. Action now on George Holmes, the original raiser in this hand.
Holmes in town here with some of his home game buddies.
Yep, he's not going anywhere.
That's a call.
Now, Henry Park. He's not going anywhere.
It's a call.
Well, where do you want them to go?
Over $1.4 million in the middle. This is going to be fun. Tens,
3 players.
Tens, ace-king. Here's the flop. And a king in the kitchen just like that.
See, Chidwick even wins flips against 2 opponents at once.
Well, it's easier when they both have the same pair.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Check. Check.
Check, check from the tens.
Chidwick flopping the Jamie Gold, top.
Started the hand with $6.5 million.
Chidwick used to make videos for Phil Galfan's training site, Run It Once. He's got 14 World Series final tables.
Both pairs of pocket tens throwing very thin as Chidwick puts out $350,000.
No, that's a standard continuation bet from Chidwick. Holmes certainly could have the best of it here with pocket tens.
That's more than $350, Norman.
Well, that means it's going to be a raise, I guess.
Raise.
Yeah, raised to over 1 million.
Ooh.
1 million.
Holmes says to heck with playing out of position against a stud. He check raises Chidwick. He shakes off the other pocket tens from Park, and now he puts Chidwick on the defensive.
Well, Stephen feeling very confident until that raise from Holmes.
A check raise from a rec player he's just not going to be too familiar with.
Can't go anywhere right now. He does make the call for 725 more.
Where would he go?
Two players.
Third card now. There's another spade. Now the percentages are from the player's perspective. We know Holmes is drawing dead.
And spades getting there just might worry George Holmes.
All in.
Oh my, no worry there. Holmes just shoved.
Wow. Holmes started this hand with 70 bigs. He is dead here. He's turned his hand into a bluff shove. He doesn't even have a spade in his hand. Where did this guy come from? He's got moxie, but his main event could be over.
Chidwick, one of the best in the world, just needs to say call, and Holmes is done.
He's trying to out Chidwick.
And Stephen Chidwick lays down to George Holmes.
I don't know how George Holmes found a way to that pot. I know he plays in a home game in Atlanta. He will not be playing in a home game in Los Angeles. Not under my roof.
He went against Chidwick and never flinched. His own Mike McDermott against Johnny Chan, hand from Rounders. What a moment for Holmes, one that he nor the poker world won't soon forget. Well played, sir. We are back at the Rio All-Suite Hotel and Casino. Day 5 coverage of the World Series of Poker Main Event. A potentially huge moment just before the break. Atlanta's George Holmes, an amateur by all accounts, gets top pro Stephen Chidwick to fold top pair in a hand he couldn't lose if he called. Holmes with just under $5 million now.
George Holmes, home game hero, touche.
Arconical, 35-year-old with pocket kings and a raise to $130,000. I love his attitude at the table. Chidwick now with pocket jacks.
He's still quite healthy, more than 85 bigs after getting robbed in broad daylight by the home game guy, but this matchup is going to get him even less healthy.
Yeah, 3-bet to 425 from Stephen Chidwick, raising the pocket kings. So back to Onacool.
Onacool says that if he won the main event, half the money would go to Bitcoin, a quarter of it to booze and women, and he would waste the rest. Well, this hand's going to get him closer to some top shelf liquor.
Chidwick awaits. The whole stack's in the middle now, and Chidwick with a quick call, and he's going to hate what he sees.
Why the long face? And what a bad spell for Chidwick. Outplayed by Holmes, now crushed by Onacool's bigger pair.
Half his chips could be going to Onacool if things remain the same. Here's the flop. No paint, kings still reign.
Onacool at a risk, but all is good so far.
Turn card. Ace of hearts. Stephen taking it in stride. Onacool sweating this big time.
Only a river jack sends Onacool out of here.
River card, tray of diamonds, double up time.
Thank you.
I guess Onacool is holding in his emotions. He's got to want to explode.
Yeah, suddenly the guy's got talking chips and can't say a word. I love his attitude. Into the field we go with pocket aces on the left. Ramon Colillas calls the all-in of the other guy, Ronnie Abro, with only ace-king.
right, hearts is my suit. Let's go. Heart. Yeah, that could be nice. Heart, baby, let's go.
Jack ball.
Jack, baby!
Jack ball.
Jack, boy!
Jack ball.
Let's go!
Jack ball. Jack ball.
I ain't won with Ace King all week, bro.
Jack ball one time.
Ace King owes me. That's all I gotta say.
Jack ball one time.
With a heart on the turn, baby.
Johnson in the room, baby.
That's nice. I mean, the ace is
I love you. I love you. Sicko. Couldn't put you on that, bro. Couldn't put you on that, but after you was wrong, I was shaking.
nice hand.
Ace King owes us all. I guess Abro was just first in line to get paid back. Emotions running high. Jeff Platt is with the new player at the top.
All right, a quick minute with now our chip leader at the World Series of Poker Main Event, Corey Aldemir. Stand up for me, please. We'll step back from the table. What has gone so well for you today?
I mean, I'm hitting so many hands. It's incredible. It's really crazy. Yeah, I just busted my friend, Ongyan. With a straight draw and a flush draw against the set. Super unfortunate for him. Yeah, I just keep hitting cards. I'm enjoying the day, yeah.
Not only him, but Petrangelo at this table as well. Did you expect the competition to be so tough at this point in the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, it keeps getting tougher, like day by day. Of course, it's normal. Everybody at my table knows how to play poker. Everybody's pretty good. So, but yeah, that's what I expected, yeah.
We'll send you back to the action. Thanks so much for the time. Appreciate it.
Is it getting tougher? I can't believe some of the stuff we're seeing down the stretch this year.
To the George Holmes secondary feature table in the big blind with jacks. To his right is Tristan Wade. He shoved under the gun with ace-5, and he needs help to stick around.
Wade pushed with 11 bigs.
Tristan Wade, one of the good guys in poker, smart, generous, and kind.
I like the clubs.
He deserves this double up. Holmes trying to get healthier through a very strong pro who won a bracelet back in 2011. Here's the flop. A 5 for Wade. That's a start.
Yeah, but no clubs, no ace.
Turn card.
Okay, 6. More outs, baby. Let's go.
6 for the chop. River card. Queen of diamonds. No help to Tristan Wade.
Good guys, yeah.
He shoved with 11 big blinds. Won his bracelet in 2011, and he's out in 111th place.
The 36-year-old's third main event cash.
So he'll pick up almost 51,000. And George Holmes starting to figure more and more prominently in this main event. To stage 3, Salko Mshurovic all in with aces against the queens, and a queen and the flop for Andreas Kniep.
Kniep looks guilty about that flop.
So Salko now the man wanting with 2 cards to come. Needs an ace, gets the deuce. He was entered into the main event as a surprise by his son, Ollie. Now looking for help on the end, doesn't get it. The end of the road for Salko Mshurovic.
Pocket ace is getting pushed around on day 5.
He'll pick up almost 51 grand. What a nice gift that was. Kniep now with a great stack, 8.6 million. So day 5 is a wrap, brutal ending for Salko, but for George Holmes, a day to remember, highlighted by his massive bluff of Stephen Chidwick.
From his home game to the brightest of lights. And how about this guy, the legend of Nicholas Rigby? He's got a lot of chips, and he loves the trade deuce.
A productive day for Corey Aldemir. We'll watch him as the main event moves on. Aldemir with over 14 million chips on the Caesars Sportsbook chip count. Kornuth healthy, Petrangelo struggling. For Norman Chad and Jeff Platt, I'm Lon McCarron. Thanks for watching the World Series of Poker.